Hello, my beautiful mystic hearts, and welcome to today's love reading. Okay, so I was getting the message as I'm sitting down to do this reading today is that I feel very much a lost sense of hope, and I'm hearing the words, "Is it really over?" is what I'm hearing. So I'm hearing um, that whoever's collective this is, whoever reading this is for, is it has been some time since you've heard from your person. So this person on your mind and yourself have been in separation for quite a while, I'm hearing, and I'm really just seeing my time card as well. So I think, as I said, I think that whoever this reading is for is really been some time since you've heard from this person. So let's try and get into this reading today, hoping there's some really beautiful guiding messages that will come through for you. I'm also just being told to tap straight into the tarot this morning as well. So I'm also getting a real sense of anxiety as well. So I definitely think that that is how this collective is feeling. So I would say if you are feeling very loved up and happy and very positive at the moment, this probably isn't your reading. I am definitely getting quite an anxious feeling as I'm sitting down to do this. So let's get straight into it. Like I said, I am being called straight to the tarot this morning. So I just want to get your energy through these cards. This beautiful collective. Just get your energy through here. So we'll just shuffle these cards for you. Get your energy in. Already got cards starting to come out. That's actually the World card there. Actually, sorry, I should say the Wheel of Fortune card. So very interesting to see what comes through this morning. The reason why I was seeing World card as well, so Wheel of Fortune, World, I feel like you must be about to, or you're feeling like you're about to step into a new cycle as well, which would make sense as to why you were really starting to question this connection between you and this person as well. And just a quick reminder too is that it doesn't matter which vessel you're traveling this world in either. You could be either identify either with the masculine or the feminine in this reading. It just entirely depends on where you are with your journey, what kind of veil you're wearing, whether you identify either with an avoidant veil or with that chasing veil or not. So just either divine feminine or divine masculine. But let's get into it. So I'm just going to split these cards here. Like I said, I'm just getting such an anxious feeling here. So let's just see what comes through. So I'll split these cards, just get your overall ruling energy here, and then we'll actually then get into your top row. So what am I getting here? So I do have the Four of Swords, and then we've got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So this does not surprise me at all. So Four of Swords is very much a stuck, overwhelmed energy at the moment. Very, very stuck in your mind. You might also be hermiting a little bit at the moment as well, but it's just a real separation card as well. So separation between you and this masculine. Straight away I said masculine, so that would mean that I'm tapping into the divine feminine here at the moment. We will get into the masculine, but at the moment this is the divine feminine I'm speaking with. So you are very much in Four of Swords at the moment, and also seeing this connection as a Four of Swords. So just very stuck. You're just feeling very overwhelmed, very in your head about it at the moment. I'm also seeing my Nine of Swords card as well. So I'm getting the feeling that there's a lot of sleepless nights going on at the moment as well when it comes to this connection. And maybe just not this connection either. This could also be to do with just your life in general. You could actually be starting to go through some really big changes here. So I'm just feeling that everything might be impacting one another. You might have a few different scenarios going on in your life at the moment, but definitely the divine masculine is a focal point for you at this stage as you're watching this reading. And this is someone who you really saw as a Ten of Pentacles for a long time, but this is now Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this is so when it's in the reverse, I mean, the Ten of Pentacles in the upright is very much that white picket fence card. It's all of your wishes and dreams coming true. It's such a stable card. It's the family, it's the dogs, it's that, house, white picket fence. I think that that is how you saw this masculine for quite a while, but that is in the reverse here, right? Which means that you're very much losing hope in that, in what you've seen. And what you've envisioned, you're very much losing hope. I'm hearing the word sorrow as well. So I do think you are very much caught up in your head at the moment about this, and just feeling very, very, very sad. I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles as well. Oh, sorry, the Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. That's another separation card. Is Five of Pentacles out in the cold, but also Five of Cups as well. So, all right, so let's get into it. Just feel so yeah, so it's your overall ruling energy, and then let's get into really just what's around you at the moment. That was the Ten of Wands card that just tried to flick up then. So that's very much a card around burdens. Burdens is what I'm looking for. We just had Scoured Water. So that is the Knight of Cups have just popped out. And I've just had this card fly out at me. All right. So that is the Magician card, but in the reverse. Yeah, okay, so then we've got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. I'll just get two more here for your top row. The Two of Pentacles. All right. And last card. Okay, and then we've got the Four of Wands. Well, that's a beautiful card. We'll get to that, but at the moment, okay, so we've got Scoured Water here. All right, so this is the Knight of Cups. So you could actually be dealing with a water sign, actually dealing with a Knight of Cups. So water sign. So straight away I was seeing Pisces, but it could also be Cancer, Capricorn, not Capricorn. Maybe you're a Capricorn. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'll get there in a second. So either you're dealing with a water sign, or you're also dealing with someone potentially who is quite emotionally immature. I will be honest. So the Scoured Water, depending on how it comes through, sometimes can be a love offer type energy. But in this scenario, I'm very much feeling you have been dealing with a Scoured Water. So Scoured Water is really, he can be really quite emotionally immature, I'll be honest. He can be quite impulsive with his emotions. He certainly hasn't gone through, so this person certainly hasn't gone through, to the Queen, to the King yet. Also to, the Knight of... they can also offer things from a very emotional place, but then have nothing to back it up either. And so that's who I feel that you have been dealing with, is potentially someone who did come through with that love offer, who really did make you feel, I'm hearing the words love bomby. So that will really resonate with whoever's collective this is this masculine did come in and very much love bomb you, where you feel like they love bombed you. I'll get my words out in a second. But that's definitely how you're perceiving this masculine, is that real page. Sorry, not the page, or Page of Cups potentially, but really that Knight of Cups energy. I'm also seeing that white horse, charging through on the white horse kind of energy as well. So, but really with the love offer that just could not be backed up here, without the emotional maturity in order to actually be able to fulfill all that was promised. So I am also getting the sense that there was a lot promised here as well. Potentially there really was offer of commitment, offer of a long-term connection here. I'm also seeing my engagement rings or the marriage rings as well. So potentially there was even discussion here around marriage. We'll get into it a little bit further. It's just what I'm seeing in my mind straight away. But just nothing to back this up, right? There was just no substance to anything that was discussed here. I'm also hearing too, if that's the case, then potentially you are dealing with someone who is a little bit younger than you as well, like in age wise, or maybe just emotional maturity in general. But potentially there actually is an actual age gap here. And then we've got this blocker here. We've got the magician, but in the reverse. So the magician in reverse is really around things that were kept in the dark, dishonesty that was here, things that were kept hidden. I'm hearing third party as well. So I think that you've definitely had intuition about things that were kept hidden, about things that were kept in the dark, about dishonesty that happened, which wouldn't surprise me if you do see this masculine as a scout of water, as that Knight of Cups energy, and that you do feel that there were things kept hidden here. I'm also hearing, as I said, third party as well. So probably you were made to feel very much like a third party in this situation, whether that be other romantic interests, or also I'm hearing other, family commitments, job commitments. I definitely don't think that you were made to feel like a priority here, and that definitely things were very much kept in the dark from you. Um, Also, I'm hearing magic as well. I mean, in the upright, this is the Magician card. This is a very powerful manifestation card. It's also really the card around magic. And in the upright, it's a really beautiful, very, very strong energy. In the reverse, though, it is very much, like I said, it's a very, very dishonest energy. Also, too, you may actually think that there was something to do with magic done in the background here. I'm just hearing that. So there actually could have been um, some sort of work, spiritual work being done in the background that you've got intuition about, that you're feeling was actually done here, potentially involving a third party is what I'm hearing for that there really was some very dishonest things done. Now, you either have knowledge of this, actually really do have knowledge of this, or this is something that you've got very, very good intuition about. You may also be, I'm just hearing as well, you might actually be the magician in the upright. So you actually might be quite a powerful collective as well. You actually might be really resonate with that magic card. You might be yourself a master manifester, is what I'm hearing, just to tie you to this. But then we've got here, so this is exactly what's happened, is we've got this, this is really the miracle card, the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. This is the universe really trying to come through to grant you something here. But this is, really how you're seeing this connection, right? So this is very much in the reverse. So it's been seriously stuck. There's been a lot of separation here. Really, that the universe, you've been waiting for this pentacle to come through, this, this miracle to come through from the universe. But it's been really, really stuck here, which is why I said, for whoever this collective is, you've been in separation from this masculine for quite some time. But you're really trying to find balance here with this Two of Pentacles in the upright. So you're really trying to find balance. I'm hearing within your thought processes as well. I think you're going through a real, I'm hearing the words cleansing clear as well. So a real cleansing clear, very much under review at the moment. There is a lot of planetary alignment and retrograding and things like that going on. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if this collective is really quite sensitive to that. And if you are really going through a real analysis of what's going on in your life right at this moment, I would say that it's not just this masculine who's under review, but this would also be all relationships in your life, is what I'm hearing, and really trying to find that balance in all things. Also, too, I'm just hearing between work-life balance. So maybe that's also something that's been a real focus of yours at the moment, is just really trying to balance your personal life and also your working life. You could also be stepping into a new career path as well. So this might also be very, very relevant to you, which will also be why this connection with this masculine is under review at the moment, where you're actually reflecting on it and reviewing it. I just heard the word children as well. So you might also be trying to balance between family, so children, working commitments, along those lines. And I think that you're really starting to question this connection. As in, is this connection able to actually offer you any kind of balance in your life, or is this a connection that just continually just throws you off? Are you doing really, really well? But then when it comes to this connection, like it just throws out I'm hearing your nervous system, so you actually might be doing quite a lot of work at the moment on really balancing out your nervous system. I'm just hearing that. So you could be listening to like a lot of hertz or a lot of meditative um, music or things along those lines is what I'm hearing as well. But really just trying to balance out your emotional state, your family, work, things along those lines. Also, too, I've never noticed this before, but I think this is almost like one of those water birds. I don't know if you can see that. I've actually never seen this here. I can't think of the name of it. Almost like a oh, I don't. I think it will actually really resonate with whoever this collective is. But it's one of those. I want to say pelican, maybe. But I'm just seeing that bird here. So that actually might really really resonate with whoever this collective is. But then we've got here, so this is ultimately the outcome that you want, right? So you do see this person as your twin flame. This is my twin flame card. So it's the 1111. So the 1111 could really resonate with you. It's also about new opportunities. It is the the portal into from one timeline to another, really. So like I said, you could actually be going through some real massive change at the moment, some really positive change. It's also very much the card around celebration and really marriage. It's one of the marriage cards, but also it's very much a twin flame card. So I think that all of that is really where you still see this connection, and what you're hoping for is really that Four of Wands energy is what you're hoping for. You're really hoping that that's what the final outcome is going to be with this connection here. But I just think that given the time that's been here, like I said, I think it's been a long time since you and this masculine have had any kind of contact. I'm hearing the words, is it time to move on? Is it time to cleanse and clear? Time to move on? Is this masculine always going to be in this Scout of Water energy? Is he always going to be emotionally immature? Is he always going to be a fibber? Is there always going to be things kept in the dark here from me? All right, just to confirm that Scout of Water card, please. Or Knight of Cups. All right, but you're trying to use your strength through this. So through the hurt that I'm hearing that this masculine has caused in your life, you've really developed serious strength here, some really incredible internal strength. This internal strength is also allowing you to step into this next chapter in your life as well, as what I just heard. You also could be dealing with a Leo, or you might be a fire sign as well. You could actually be a water fire pairing. But so with that lion energy here, I'm also hearing Sagittarius as well. So Leo, Sagittarius potentially. But just fire in general. I think that whatever has happened here, this heartbreak that's happened here as a result of what you've gone through with this masculine, it's really showing you some really incredible internal strength, which means that you have been on this journey for quite a while. You've been tapping into your shadow work and dealing with your shadow for quite a while, is what I'm hearing. Also daisies might really resonate with this collective as well. Also just yellow flowers. I'm seeing daisies, daffodils. It might really be a flower. Okay, I'm going to say it. It might really be a flower girly is what I just heard straight away. So that will resonate with whoever this collective is. I don't normally ever say that. All right. So then under this magician in the reverse, so this sneaky behavior, these things that have been kept hidden from you, these fibs that were told, and we've got student of air, right? And so that is the page of, the page of swords in the reverse, which is very much around mistruths that have been told here. There were very much, I'm hearing the words gaslit, very much there were things kept in the dark here from you. And like I said, either you intuitively know this or you've actually got evidence of this as well. Why am I hearing you found something on this masculine's phone, or you found something, you've seen something you weren't supposed to, maybe on socials, something along those lines, which then ultimately led to the two of you separating in the end. But I do think that there was some serious mistruths and things kept in the dark here. Okay, so interesting that this would come out though, right? Because this is what you've been waiting for. Is you have been really waiting for this, this miracle to come through, this contact, this, for the universe, your team to really grant you what you've been wanting here, which has been very much stuck. But so this is actually a special card that is specific to this deck, and this is all around destiny. This is actually you stepping into your light, stepping into your power, which is the journey that you've been on, is what I'm hearing. So while yes, this connection has been very stuck, while you do feel very hopeless around this connection, in this separation though, while you've been waiting for this to happen, you have really been stepping into your light, which comes down to, this strength card as well. Is you've very much been focusing on your mission work. Really, why have you been brought into this world? What is it that you should be doing? How are you going to be putting the stamp? And how will you be helping to heal this world? Is really what you've been focusing on and stepping into, which is why it's really a destiny card. It's like the star energy, really what's going to take you back home. Let's say that will really resonate for whoever this reading is for. But I certainly don't think that you've been, sitting on your hands, as they say, while you've been in separation from this masculine. I definitely think you've been taking this time to very much focus on shadow work, on your calling in life. Really, what are you going to be doing to give back to make this world better? Which is really, really beautiful energy. Which is why now I can definitely, see why you're questioning, should I still be tapped in with this masculine? I've got cards all coming out here at me. That's actually the destiny card, by the way. That's the the world card. But let's keep going. So we've got this card around balance, how about you trying to find balance in your life and all things. Oh wow, but then that's the death card. But it's interesting that that's come through in the reverse. So death card it's actually quite a positive card. It's about new beginnings. It's death and rebirth, really, which can be quite a painful journey, but also really ultimately it's very, very positive energy, because you really are letting go of all of those old cycles, all of those things that no longer serve you. You're just really just letting all of that go, all of those karmic cycles, these repeated patterns that you've been going through that you're now aware of since you were a child. That real conditioning that we're given since children, on life and how you should be living your life, and how the things you should and shouldn't accept in relationships. All of that has been under review for you at the moment. So a real cleansing, clear, a really closing out of old karmic cycles, really understanding your strengths, really stepping into your mission work. The fact that that has come through in the reverse though, and I'll take it in the reverse, just means that there has been blockers, or you're feeling that there's a lack of balance has really been a blocker for you into stepping into your path, into your mission work, into why you're here, really stepping onto your correct timeline, as you're just feeling that this lack of balance, is really just holding you back, is what I'm hearing. Is you're feeling quite held back at the moment, which would confirm then that Four of Swords card when I first split the deck, is you're feeling very, very stuck at the moment. You're wanting to find balance. You're really wanting to step into this new phase in your life, your mission work, but you're just feeling quite stuck and at the moment. Also seeing that real crossroads card, that real two of swords, that decision, is what I'm feeling, what I'm hearing. I just told to look at the bottom of the deck too. So the bottom of the deck, we do have the Three of Pentacles. So this is very much around advice. This is the advice card. So I think you've definitely very much been getting advice on the next steps to take, is what I'm hearing. Not just it's a connection either. I'm also hearing this is to do with life as well. So you might have just taken a course. This is also like an apprenticeship card as well. So it's like a training card. So it's also a card of collaboration, collaborating with others, seeking advice from others. I really think this is about you stepping into your new pentacle path as well. So you may have just, like I said, just started a course or some sort of training of some sort. All right, so then we've got this is ultimately where you're seeing your masculine is your twin flame. It's very much the twin flame card. And the card of commitment, serious commitment, marriage. Okay, but then we've got the Scout of Air, which has come through in the reverse. So blockers here, right? And the Scout of Air, so that is the page, sorry, not the page, the knight. Scout is the knight of swords, right? Which means that there really has been blockers here. The fact that it's come up here is you were really wanting that knight to come through, that you're really wanting that the masculine to come through. You've been really wanting that communication. It's also very much it's a communication card, right? So that night coming through, that masculine coming through with that communication that you've been so eagerly awaiting, which I think has been a serious block here, hence the fact that it's in the reverse. There's been serious blocks with communication. So you still see this masculine as your twin flame, but like I don't want to keep repeating myself, but there's definitely been blockers here, definitely been lack of communication. There's been a long time here since you've heard from this person. All right, so that's your energy at the moment. All right, so I want to actually get into this person on your mind, into this masculine. So let's do it. I'm just going to ring out your energy. And I want to get these little black cards here. I want to see how this masculine is currently seeing this connection. So this person on your mind, how are they seeing this connection? I'm then going to break down and see actually what's around this masculine at the moment, but how is this masculine seeing this connection? All right, let's get some cards here. I'm going to get this masculine's energy into these cards. All right, let's get, just want to get a top row here. What have we got? So we've got addiction. Okay, we've got codependent, obsession. Addictions really played into this connection. This is currently how this masculine is seeing this connection though. So let's keep going. Let's get two more, please. Oh, and then they are. Okay, so this is how this masculine is currently seeing this connection. Okay. So I would say that this is really going over this masculine's mind a lot at the moment is addictive behavior. So I think that and I think that this actually goes to both of you, is I think that addictions probably really did play quite a big part in this connection, which doesn't surprise me because the both of you would have met each other at a very broken point in your lives. That is, if you are seeing this person as your twin flame, then it means that you saw this person, you were forced brought into union with this person at a very broken time in your lives. Both of you would have been very broken. You probably didn't even realize how broken you were at the time, right? But I think that this is what this masculine is very much reflecting on. Also, too, I think this masculine thinks back to to potentially, quite codependent behavior here. Potentially with the two of you, this could have been really quite a codependent connection between the two of you. You might not have actually left each other's side, when you actually first got into union, when we were first brought into union. But I don't know if that was necessarily healthy for either of you. You may have actually started to become each other's world, completely enveloped with each other, is the words I'm hearing. And I think that this is something that this masculine is very much going over, and this masculine is trying to make healthier choices around this, which means that this masculine would not have just been, and you too, right, would not have just been like that. For just with each other, like it would have been in a lot of things in each other's lives. You could have been actually quite codependent on a lot of things. But I'm very much also seeing that obsession card, addiction card. I think that, like I said, I think that this kind of energy very much at the time really played into this connection a lot. And I do think this masculine is reflecting on this very much, right? Is what you guys were like when you were together. I'm also just hearing is that the masculine is, because there's been no contact between either of you, then you actually don't know. You don't have any understanding of the healing journey that you've both been on either. Either spiritually, that spiritual healing, or emotional healing either. I don't think that either of you have any understanding of it, right? And so I think that at the moment this masculine is just reflecting on the things that really push you guys apart, but very much trying to make healthier choices here. So really just trying to understand the reasons for those addictions, that reason for that obsessive behavior. I'm also hearing as well that potentially your masculine is like quite controlling with you. I'm also hearing that. So maybe it was you were quite codependent on each other, but also this masculine could have been quite obsessive and quite controlling with you. But this is really, the shadow that he is. And I keep saying he, like I said, it's really just masculine or feminine in the journey. It doesn't necessarily matter what vessel you're in. Like I said, it's not gendered, but the masculine is trying to make healthier choices here. So very much looking at, self-love, self-care, really trying to understand those cycles, which means this masculine is also very engaged in their own shadow work as well. I think you actually might be quite surprised with how much shadow work this masculine is doing. But we've got engagement ring here, so completion union. So you've both got this sort of come out, and I picked it up. I was actually seeing those engagement rings, right? And the fact that this has come out, I do think that this masculine made some very big promises here that and this is exactly what I said when I first got your tarot, is that there were some big promises that were made here around commitment that were just not able to be to be followed up, right? There was just no substance behind this. And I think that the masculine is very much thinking about this, and this ties into that codependent, obsessive behavior this masculine had, which he's trying to heal out. He's trying to have these healthier choices around it. But then we've got the chaser. which I think is the energy or how this masculine probably saw you, I'll be honest, is the chaser. Masculine might have also been in a bit of chaser energy, let's be honest, or, codependent, fear of abandonment issues. But I'm feeling that this is potentially how this masculine is still, well, did see you, I think, as he saw you in a bit of that chaser energy, right? Which makes sense because, the masculine would have been, having that that avoidant veil. He would have been the runner. So you have been dealing with, or would have been dealing with at the time. But this is what you're trying to heal out now, where you are healing out, really stepping into your own power. It's really around that fear of abandonment, that that real chaser energy. But definitely this masculine, I'm feeling, and I don't mean to be harsh when I say that, but the whoever's reading this is for, this won't be as a surprise. Like, you will understand this about yourself, due to the amount of self-reflection you've been doing. But at the time, you were very much in chaser energy. That real fear of abandonment that was around you, but stabbed in the back. So both of you felt this, that separation that you've been in. So just confirming the separation, stabbed in the back. I'm hearing that this masculine left you quite stabbed in the back, with heartbreak, pain. The masculine understands the damage that's been done here, or he's at least reflecting on it, is what I'm hearing. But I'm also hearing as well that the masculine has also gone through heartbreak. The masculine has also gone through a lot of pain as a result of this separation. All right, let's get a few more cards here just to confirm this. All right, so then we've got karmic relation came out straight under addiction. So just to confirm, and then of course, then we've got seduction. So so these addictions, so this was very much around those karmic relationships, karmic cycles, so just to confirm what I was picking up on. So very much trying to let go of this, this real karmic energy. There were probably, I'm hearing the word friends as well, some real karmic friendships around this masculine. This masculine is really trying to cleanse and clear. So you really are actually mirroring each other in that regard, as you are both trying to going through quite a cleansing and clearing moment. But this is very much around those karmic relationships, those addictions, obsessions, triggers. This is all the masculine shadow that he's trying to heal out at the moment, which I don't think this masculine before you really had any true understanding of this behavior. I think that, like a true divine connection, you guys highlighted this in each other, and you definitely mirrored this back to this masculine to really start to heal out his shadow for the first time. We've then got healthier choices, right? But then we've got seduction straight after that. So dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. Once again, this is really what this masculine is trying to heal out, is these, is that real third party interference energy. This is to do with, things that were kept in the dark from you. I was picking up on third party energy before that came out. That's what was spoken about before as well. The real seductive, temptation energy is what I'm hearing here. This is really what this masculine is trying to heal out. I'm just seeing, that very emotionally immature card again, right? That real Knight of Cups energy, very impulsive, but really trying to just heal out and move on and make healthier choices from that. Like I said, I think this masculine for the first time is really starting to see his thought patterns and his actions, those loops that he's been on his whole life, really. So engagement ring. And then we've got photograph. Yep, so reminiscing here. So you guys definitely had, there was a lot of discussion here around serious commitment. You guys might have even actually been engaged at one point. wouldn't surprise me. But definitely, this is what this masculine is thinking about. Why did I just see? I just saw a picture of an engagement ring too. So maybe he's actually got a picture of an engagement ring, or he sent you a picture of an engagement ring, something along those lines. Quite love bomby kind of energy is what I'm hearing, with just nothing to back it up with. But photos, so this masculine would have photos of you, you'd have photos of this masculine as well, maybe even a couple of cheeky videos as well, I'm hearing, but very much reminiscing on what was promised here. But wanting to make new memories as well, like wanting to really step out of this cycle. All right, so under chaser energy, all right, I will take both of those actually. So we've got self-indulgent, but then we've got kisses. Interesting cards to come up. So we've got focused on self. So this is under the chaser, right? But then we've got focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So I think that I definitely think this masculine had chaser vibes. I'm not gonna lie. But also, and so this is this self-focus, right? So this is the stuff, really trying to heal us out, right? So really focusing on self-worth, shadow work is what is very much, the theme of these cards. But also I'm hearing that this masculine is hoping that this is what you are healing out. And that you are also focusing on yourself and then understanding your self-worth, that you have been using this time to heal, which you're both very much reflecting each other in that, very much mirroring each other. I'm surprised the mirror card didn't come out, to be honest. But we've got this stabbed in the back, and then straight under it we've got this unconditional loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So this masculine, despite the pain that was felt here for both of you, very much stabbed in the back, this masculine still has unconditional love. Like I really don't think that you've ever far from this masculine's mind, if I'm honest. That despite everything that was done here, that despite the arguments, despite I'm just getting such a turmoil. Despite the turmoil that was done here, this masculine still has unconditional love, really, which may be comforting. It might also not be as well, but I don't think that you are ever truly far from this masculine's mind. Okay. What I want to get now is I really want to get these picture cards. I want to see what's going on around this masculine at the moment. I want to see. So that's how he sees the relationship. But I just want to see what's happening with this masculine, what's around him at the moment. I might just read that energy out. Okay, we've actually got envy at the moment. It's an interesting card to come out. I'm going to split the deck too. I just want to get this masculine's overall ruling energy here. I'm currently just what's going on with him. Oh, we've got another card wants to come out. Secretive. All right, let's split this deck. Oh, okay. So straight away, I've actually split this on the twin flame card. There are really two twin flame cards here, and this is one of them. So this whole deck, and I mean, you really can't make this stuff up, really. I mean, the fact that I've just split it on that. So he does see you as his twin flame still. I think this is just a layer that you're both going to have to get through. But just to confirm as well that what I was saying before, so the reason why I made that digression as well, just around twin flames, is you really both would have met each other at a very broken time in your life. This person would have also been very different from your usual type as well. This would have been this is not someone you typically, I say that, and you know that typically would have gone for. And this masculine with you either, but you would have been drawn together like two magnets, like you could not. Your eyes locked. I'm just seeing, you know, two people, your eyes locked, and then that's it, really. Um, so you probably come from very different walks of life as well. So probably very different lifestyles or age gap. I was feeling age gap before as well. I do feel like you might be dealing with someone who's younger. Um, Not just, yeah, as I keep saying, not just emotionally younger, but I'm also hearing like actually physically age younger as well. There also could be like mobility factors, religious factors here as well. Something, you know, along those lines, something that really the rest of society will look at the two of you and go, oh, no, that would never work. But the two of you just know that really, you both of you know how special this connection is. But look at this. This masculine has been very, very stubborn here um, uh, about this. You might also be, I always see that it's like a real donkey energy, like a real, like real bull energy, you know, Taurus. I always see this kind of stubborn. Apologies to those Tauruses that are watching, but they're real sort of bull energy. So you also could be dealing with an earth sign here as well. But someone who understands that they really have been, you know, quite bossy, quite selfish, and inflexible in this connection. But to confirm, I mean, that is one of the twin flame cards. So you both see each other, I would say, equally in this connection. All right, what's going on with this masculine? Two more cards, please. All right, so we've got, intimacy and then dating. All right, so we've got these sort of similar cards coming up. So envy, so hater, spiteful, jealousy. So this came through again, and it's coming through again. So really this jealousy card. So I do definitely think there was quite a bit of jealousy between the two of you here. Definitely from the masculine to yourself. I think there was a lot of jealousy, I think, and that would also comes to with emotional immaturity and not seeing yourself properly. You know, it really does come down to the masculine being, and also potentially yourself as well. But if you're going to get really jealous about someone, you know, overly jealous, you know, like overly jealous to the point where it's really upsetting the other person, is really, it's just a lack of not seeing yourself, right? And you get very anxious, very envious. You know, the envy card came out, you know, so it's very much shadow work that really has to be worked on. And it really comes down to self-esteem and being able to see yourself and how wonderful you are. If you can see how wonderful you are, then why on earth would you even care about anybody else? If you know how beautiful and wonderful, and if you're in your Empress energy, in your Emperor, in your of his and its Emperor, divine masculine energy, then really, I mean, it doesn't matter about anybody else, right? But until the masculine is in that divine masculine energy, in the Emperor energy, then, you know, jealousy, spiteful, hateful, all of that sort of, you know, quite wounded masculine energy comes out. And the secretive behavior here as well, you know, so this is all what's being looked at very much with this masculine at the moment. This is very much his shadow work, so really confirming what we've seen. And once again, we've got pictures, so there's definitely something about pictures here, reminiscing, missing you. We've got the pictures cards come up again, and we've got this intimacy. So, you know, passion coming into union, chemistry, missing you. I certainly think, and this is what I said before, is you have never left this masculine's mind. Really not. You are always on this masculine's mind. And then we've got the dating card here. So new love. So I'm not seeing new love as in someone else. I'm seeing this dating card as this is the outcome that this masculine actually wants with you. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, being very, very secretive. So hurting, crying, depressed, sorrow. So I think whatever's happening over in this masculine's life at the moment, I think that I'm very much feeling my Tower card as well. I'm going to get the Tarot and really break this down. But I'm also feeling just hurting. It's very much that Five of Cups energy, sorrow, depressed, painful. I'm hearing a couple of things. I'm hearing this masculine is going through a very tough time themselves with whatever is going on in their life. I think that they are also going into deep reflection. I think that's actually what is pushing this masculine to really look at this envious, jealousy type behavior, this secretive, sneaky behavior as well, keeping things in the dark. But yes, the fact that this has come up here, this hurting, I definitely think this masculine is going through a very difficult time right now. Then we've got toxic love. Yep, doesn't surprise me. So we've got drama, addictions, love, hate, that real toxicity, and that was under secretive. So then that comes down to what we've been talking about. So it comes down to those that third party, those real toxic karmic connections around this masculine. I'm hearing friendships very much as well. I just feel that this masculine has been really has had a lot of really toxic relationships around him, not necessarily romantic. I mean friendships, potentially family as well, business kind of associates. I just think that there's been a lot around this masculine. Which is really the masculine is also, this is under review for the masculine as well. Then we've got pictures and then thinking of you. Right, of course. So crying, nostalgia, missing you. I definitely think this masculine is going through a very, very difficult time at the moment. Very, very difficult time. But look, we've got the two cards, so thinking of you, pictures, intimacy. Obviously, there was some very strong chemistry between the two of you as well. But then we've got unknown caller, so stalking, hanging up, unknown numbers. That's maybe this masculine has actually been following you potentially on burner accounts, is what I heard straight away. I certainly hope this masculine is not planning on coming on actually doing this. If this masculine isn't doing it, but potentially coming through on an unknown number as well. So Divine Feminine, you might have actually just gotten a call from an unknown number potentially. It probably was this masculine maybe. Which I'll be honest, like if that is going on, that kind of behavior, like that's still very much a wounded masculine energy. It's still that's not great if that is actually happening. All right, let's get this other one here. I'm hearing as well, I just heard this, is that this masculine thinks of this intimacy with you, of this chemistry of looking back, real nostalgia, that very, very Six of Cups energy, really real nostalgia energy, looking back at these photos and things like that. And I'm hearing that he wants to come forward, but he's just not sure how to. That's what I'm hearing, which would mean then Divine Feminine is that if he is still unable to have the courage to step forward, if he still it's unknown how he's going to come through to you, it means that he's still got a bit of reflection to do here, a bit of healing, a bit of shadow work still yet to do. He's still not an Emperor energy, that's for sure, if this is happening. Oh. But then under dating, we've got childish, immature. This reconciliation card keeps coming up. It also keeps coming up on the bottom as well, as reconciliation. So we've got dating, reconciliation. So I think he wants new love, reconciliation with you is really, what's on this masculine's mind. But yet I think that he's still not sure, right? He's still being, immature, emotionally immature. He's still in that Knight of Cups energy. Potentially still playing that victim, that real victim card, still quite argumentative. And I think that if he is still in this energy, I'm just hearing that the masculine knows that he's not, that while he's still sitting in this energy, it's still not a positive place in order to come through to you. That he knows that there's work here that still has to be done. But this is certainly what this masculine has on his mind for sure, is reconciliation, new love with you. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the tarot. Now I just want to see how the universe is seeing this connection. All right, let's get these cards. Let's get this tarot. That was a 5 of Pentacles, by the way. Just ring of that energy. All right, so how is the universe? How are your teams seeing this connection? All right, how do your team see this connection? Oh, Tower. I think there have been towers in both of your lives, actually, both your masculine and yourself, divine feminine. All right, I'm just going to split the deck here. Oh, okay, no, maybe I'm not. All right, so the first card is the Moon in reverse. So, and this is how your teams are seeing this. So the Moon in reverse is very much around things that have been kept in the dark from you here. It's also a card it's also a divine feminine card as well, the Moon card. The fact that is in reverse, I'm just hearing it for both of you. There's still a bit of balance that has to happen here for both of you when it comes to your divine feminine energy. We are all called, to actually balance, our I'll say our yin and our yang, that masculine and feminine energy. We all, those that are called to this journey are called to really balance that out, and potentially, both of you still have a bit of work to do here when it comes to your feminine. Really around, compassion, intuition as well. It's a very, very intuitive card here. All right, let's just get your top row here. But it is also things around being kept in the dark as well, that Moon in reverse. All right, then we've got the Knight of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords. It's the card I was seeing before, so it doesn't surprise me this has come out. Then we've got the Nine of Pentacles. And we've got the Five of Cups. Interesting. Okay. So Moon in reverse, as we said, so definitely things, this is coming through from, from your team's perspective. So definitely there have been things kept in the dark here, which are going to still have to be worked through, is what I'm hearing. And this comes down to this masculine, which means that we've kept seeing that secretive card, things kept hidden. Definitely, I'm feeling that there is a truth that has to be told here, that there is, there's a revelation, is what I'm hearing. There is truths that have to be told. There is discussion that has to be had here. That the masculine is going to have courage to come forward and have it. And until the masculine is in his proper energy, in his divine masculine energy, then it will just continue to be and step forward and have that conversation, have the courage to do it, just to clear that karmic debt, regardless of what that reaction is going to be from the feminine, right? It's just to clear the karmic debt. Just get it done. Apologize. Do whatever you have to do to just clean the slate. Until the masculine has the courage to do that, is it really that will just continue to be the blocker? Because then we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles it's actually a very grounded energy. Of all the knights, this is the knight that you actually want to come through to you, right? But the Knight of Pentacles takes such a long time to come through. Like, we're talking like Pentacles is years, right? Like Knight of Pentacles really does take a long time. Given that, though, when the Knight of Pentacles does finally show up, then because it's so grounded, it's taken such a long time, it's such a stable offer, but that has been really a blocker here. So I'm just hearing the word time. Very much time has been the blocker here, and it's been the masculine, right? It's the masculine on his journey. Really needing to step into his, really having to do a little bit more shadow work is what I'm hearing. It's really stepping into his divine masculine. We've then got the Knight of Swords, and this is for the both of you, right? So there've been a lot of sleepless nights for both of you here. So confirming, there's real mental anguish, pain, anxiety for the both of you that has been caused, and still continues to be caused here. Nine of Pentacles. So this is a beautiful card, though. So Nine of Pentacles, that's a positive card. So the Nine of Pentacles is very much around, that's very much the glow up card, right? The Nine of Pentacles, like that is just before that, very much to me, she's that, it's just before the Queen of Pentacles, right? She's almost like a princess, right? That Nine of Pentacles, it's such a beautiful energy. It's also a glow up energy as well. So you yourself could be really glowing up with that Nine of Pentacles here. This is also very much around commitment and concerted effort. So I think that both of you really, really want this. You both want a relationship of commitment. You both want really a very solid, stable connection. You really do. I'm hearing you both want the same thing with this, but there are just some blockers here. Really, there's just some really healing blockers. And I'm just hearing as well, feminine, is that this is a bit of a testing time for you two, is to be very much focusing on yourself right now, very much bringing yourself into balance, into that balance that you know that you need to be working on. Because then we've got the Five of Cups here, right? And the Five of Cups is all around sorrow, right? So there's a lot of heartbreak here. There's a lot of reminiscing going on, a lot of heartbreak for both of you. I think you're very much confirming or mirroring each other in this regard. Now we've got the Tower, but in reverse. So that's all around internal towers. So you are both. So there's the Tower card that I was expecting to see. Right, so it's come through. So you are both really doing a lot of shadow work here, very much working on internal work. I think that there have been quite a lot of karmic situations I'm hearing for the both of you that have really played out in the last little bit, that have really caused this inner reflection and really trying to push you into the moon in the upright, right? Really trying to get you to really listen to your intuition for both of you. All right, Nine of Pentacles. Oh, what was that card that tried to follow? That was the Two of Cups in reverse. Let's see if it comes out. Okay, no, Ten of Wands. in the reverse. So 10 of Wands is very much around burdens. It's very, walking through life, with those burdens on your back. In the reverse means you're wanting to put them down, but you're just not able to. And I think that this goes for just the journey that both you and the masculine are on at the moment, is you're just unable to put those burdens down at the moment. Which doesn't surprise me, considering the energy I've been feeling throughout this whole reading. I'm just getting such a sense that you really need to be feminine. This is very much a time for you both really to just be very much focusing on your healing journeys at the moment. Focusing on yourself, on what you're doing. Oh, there we go. So we've got the Emperor in the reverse, which is what I was talking about. And then we've got the Three of Wands, but then in the reverse. So the Emperor in reverse, exactly as, exactly as we were talking about. So Nine of Swords, a lot of heartbreak, mind ache here. But then we've got that Emperor energy, which is really what we need the masculine to be in, is in his Emperor energy, but it's in the reverse at the moment. All right. So for fear of continuing to repeat myself, very much we've got the masculine is in that reverse energy for sure at the moment. All right, so then we've got Nine of Pentacles in the upright, Three of Wands in the reverse. So Three of Wands in the upright, it's all around waiting for your ships to come in. Which interesting that's come out. Is it you've planned? You've seen opportunities. You've seen this masculine is really planned how he's going to come through, is what I'm hearing. And then we've got waiting for that to come through, right? But given that is in the reverse means that there has really been, I'm just really getting this sense of just a real stuck energy, just a lack of communication, lack of those ships coming in. Even though you're really both wanting the Nine of Pentacles energy, it's actually just very, very stuck at the moment. All right, and then we've got Five of Cups, but then we've got Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune is all around that karma, right? So at the moment, you're both very much a Five of Cups energy, but you're both really wanting that Wheel of Fortune to turn in your favor. You really do both want a positive outcome here. It's also the card of divine timing as well. So I'm being reminded again that everything has to happen in divine timing. Really has to happen in divine timing here. Okay, so I think with that, I think what we need to do is we just need to get some oracle cards here, because I want to just get some advice as to what you should be working on, feminine. Because I think it will be a little while before the masculine is able to come in. So I don't say that to upset you. But I think that at the moment, I think what you really need to be focusing on is really just your journey, feminine. So let's get some oracle cards here. All right, what do we want? All right, I'm going to get the Sacred Geometry cards this morning. Just going to pull a couple of cards for you just to try and see what you should be focusing on at the moment. All right. Oh, okay. We've got all of these cards. All right, I'll take this one. So realization, the number 37. Oh, the crown chakra, the number 7. And just one more, please. So a lot of purple here. So this is really around your intuition. So it doesn't surprise me we've got that moon in reverse card, because this is what you're being told that you really need to work on, feminine. This is what your focus should be over the next little while. All right, so we've got number 37, realization. Like I said, I'm just going to get this book here. All right, so the number 37 might also be really relevant to this collective as well, or the 3rd of the 7th, 7th of the 3rd as well. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in the world. So that is really around your mission work. So realization happens on many different levels. Internally, we realize something when we become aware there's something as a fact. Externally, we realize something when we achieve or fulfill a dream or a desire. So this is you. This is what I first picked up on. Is I'm getting the feeling that you're really at a crossroads at the moment in life, and I mean that in a good way. I don't feel like it's negative, but you are really starting to step into really what your true purpose is. On a spiritual level, we refer to self-realization when we are able to unite body, mind, spirit, and soul and step into our fullest, most authentic expression of who we really are. So also very much around self-esteem as well, self-love. The center of the activation draws us into an infinite inward journey through the layers of our awareness. The green indicates the presence of the heart, which provides the wisdom and stability needed in this frequently trippy path. The rich, bright blue coloring of the outer circles represents the ability and desire to express ourselves and to be realized in the outer world. The water represents the emotional realm, the heart's guidance system, and the orange and yellow stand for expression, creativity, and self-awareness. So this is very much around you, and what I was first picking up on is as to what you're going through at the moment in life, and also what you need to just keep focusing on. This very much should be your focus at the moment, is around your mission work, around your path, around but the reason as to why you've actually been brought into this world is how you're going to make this world a better place. Really, what stamp are you going to put here in this world? How are you going to help heal the world? Is what I'm hearing. The number 7 as well. So you also at the moment need to be really focusing on your crown chakra. So crown chakra is all around intuition. And there's a lot of purple here, so it's very intuitive. So divine feminine energy. But the number 7, so crown chakra. So the frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. So you could actually be really starting to step into, when I say mission work, you might actually be a spiritual healer of some sort yourself. So really starting to, for the first time, actually understand what your spiritual gifts might be. So you could also be a healer. You could be a reader as well, maybe of some sort. But very much also working on a connection with you and spirit, with you and source as well, with you and your team. So the flower of life is a geometric shape recognized by many cultures all over the planet. It consists of 13 equal circles that intersect in the middle of each other, creating a perfectly proportionate flower. As a symbol, the flower of life represents the universe as a whole, as well as the harmony in which all the separate components of the universe work together. This beautiful pattern is often used to indicate our understanding of our connection as humans and spiritual beings to the whole. The color violet is associated with the 7th or crown chakra, located at the top of your head. It is associated with your personal spiritual connection to the universe and to source. As I was just saying, violet has the highest frequency in the visual spectrum of light and is therefore linked to the flame of transmutation, the violet flame, which burns away all negativity and transmutes into light. So I definitely think that you are starting to understand your spiritual gifts. And really understanding your connection to source, which is a beautiful thing. And I'm just hearing very strong, that's very much what you need to be focusing on at the moment. I do understand that all of this, there's a lot of sorrow going on at the moment around this masculine, but I'm just hearing that that really should not be your focus at the moment, feminine. You should really be focusing on this, on your journey, and really learning how to. I've just heard this: let go, let God, is what I just heard. Um, and I think this is something you're also trying to work through, is really starting to just let go of this connection and really trust in the journey. That's what I just heard. So number 25, you might leave at the number 25. Maybe these could also be street numbers as well. But the number 25. All right, so the frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. Emergence can be described as the process of coming into being, the arising of something that wasn't there before. When referring to personal development and growth, the emergence of a grand expression of ourselves is often a result of extensive inner work and deep release. So this is everything you've been working on as your inner child work. In order for real personal growth to happen, we have to be willing to let go of existing belief systems, frameworks, and the labels that define and limit us. Recognizing potential can take us on an exciting inner journey of discovery and integration. From this place of openness and discernment, we can truly unfold and emerge as a new human being. So once again, very much talking about this beautiful inner work that you've been doing, this child work, and really just continuing to focus on that, and just stepping into your power, stepping into your strength is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing that strength card again. So this is really what you need to be focusing on at the moment, and just really trusting. I'm hearing this over and over again. Is it just trusting that the divine has got this, that everything happens in divine timing, and that really the only job that you've got to do is just to focus on your journey, focus on yourself, focus on your spiritual gifts, focus on really what you need to be doing in this world, is what I'm hearing. That's really where your focus should be, and let the divine deal with your masculine is what I've just heard. Let them deal with the masculine. That it will come back into alignment at the right time is what I'm hearing. It will come back into alignment when it should be. All right, I'm going to leave the reading there. It was actually a beautiful reading, so a little bit different to what I was expecting, I'll be honest, but I will leave it there. If you have made it all the way through to the end here, then I would ask that you like and subscribe to this channel. Of course, it does help me, but it really does help these messages get out to those that really need to hear them. So I would ask that you help in that way. But that's it for today. So I will see you in the next reading.